about. We talked about this.
It's bigger numbers, man.
Yeah.
Bigger is better, as they say.
Yeah.
Or why don't you give 10% away?
No, I need to have a profit still.
Yeah.
Artists to pay.
No, I think 5% is very generous. I
Yeah.
Can you see if it's slightly, I'm sorry, but it seems like it's turning a little bit. Thank you. Can we make sure Summer's all the way in there?
Yeah, I was looking at it.
And
Yep, she's right on the money.
Chase, can you take a picture of the four of us, or should we do it at the end?
Let's do it now, real quick.
Okay, here we go.
Put this down.
There we go. Everyone get together and let's put this down. Definitely need to be here. Yeah.
For my dress. There.
Those shoes are really cool.
Thank you. Josh got them for me.
Smile.
Sweet.
Do you want to do one with your guitar holding it?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Chase.
All right, we ready?
Yeah, I already hit record.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right, let's do this.
They're
That
cute.
other one is mine.
Oh, These are-
Thank you, Chase. They turned out good.
Awesome.
thank
Yeah.
you, right?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Seems legit.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks. Good.
All right.
All right, we're good. So, what time are we gonna go till? We want to do like
Like
we'd like a warning at what? 45 minutes or 50?
The whole warning
Dude,
thing is a
50.
disruption. Just look at your
I'll
phone.
Yeah.
I'll give a signal when it's
Yeah, we're basically
when we have
done
5
it.
minutes left.
Yeah, we're basically
Okay.
done at 3:10, so 3:05.
Yep. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Ready?
Why is this-
And action.
Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
And I'm Chet.
And this is Martin. Welcome everybody.
Welcome back, Summer.
Hi.
Yes, welcome back, Summer.
You've been
Summer.
our
Minute.
resident musician,
Yes.
and we've missed you.
Oh, I missed you guys. It's been a hot minute.
So we want to hear all about what you're up to and your music and your life.
Absolutely.
And it's nice that you two are finally meeting.
Yeah, we've
Yes.
never met before,
Not
and
before.
I've heard a lot about you, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you got.
And
All
one
good
thing right
things.
off the bat that's fun to compare about
Yeah.
your two musical skills. Summer's like songwriting skills are crazy. Like some of the songs that she's sang on the show
Mhm.
before that she wrote, it sounds like, it would be perfect in a movie or, a concert. Like crazy songwriting skills. And then
Oh, I love
Martin's
that.
like all about the improv side of
Oh, yeah.
like he's
Oh, yeah.
like in like a improv jazz band
Wow.
kind of thing.
What's the band?
It's called Junk.
Junk.
We like to keep expectations low.
Yeah, I like it.
And they're
Little jam,
funny.
little
That's
funk.
awesome.
Yeah, we do. We have about 40 originals, and we improvise, and we have about
Nice.
200 covers that
Got a
we
fish
did.
thing going on.
Kind of got, yeah, Fish. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're definitely one of my favorite bands.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's
Tell Martin
But every
all
time I've
your-
heard you guys, you sound very on beat. I've seen some Fish videos where I was like, wait, what is happening?
It's just above your head, man.
Just
yeah, well,
confabulating,
Fish,
I'm
I mean,
like-
you guys, the Fish has like 4 guys who pretty much have doctorates in music, and so they're
Yeah.
speaking a language to each other that very few people really understand.
Oh yeah.
We're not that.
Yeah.
How
We're
many
more, you know.
musicians are in your
Huh?
band? Can you tell Summer how many
Oh,
musicians?
sure. So we have 9 people in the band,
Oh, wow.
and so we either play anywhere between a two-person set or a 9-person set, all the way up to that. Plus, we love to have guest musicians to come in.
Oh, nice.
We have a horn player, Matt. Handsome Ron is our guitarist, and he's a lot of fun.
He's been
just
on the
an-
show a few times.
Those
He's great.
those guys are unbelievable musicians. They definitely hold us up. Then myself, I'm the lead singer, play guitar, obviously. My wife Sherry, she sings. She's one of the lead singers.
She's
Jim
great.
Cunningham, he's our bass player. His wife Madeline is one of our singers. And then Chris is our drummer, and then we have a second drummer, Steve.
Nice.
And man, when we get everybody in, it's something to see,
Oh,
because we
yeah.
have especially with the drums, we have an acoustic set, and then we have an electronic set, and
Yeah.
then we have a sound guy that can make the electronic set sound like anything we want, and so it gets
Yeah.
pretty funky.
I mean, sound guy is probably member number 10. That's a
It
whole nother job
yeah,
on
really.
its own. Yeah.
Skylar, absolutely. He
Yeah.
doesn't come as often, but he is absolutely as important.
Oh, yeah.
And we're looking to record, so hoping to have him come and help us record. But yeah,
Nice.
for us, having 9 people, having a sound person is you're
Necessary.
absolutely right. I should say that we're a 10-piece band and just include him because it's
Yeah.
kind of rude
Cheers.
not to.
Yeah.
Cheers to
that.
the
Sorry,
introduction.
Skylar.
Woo.
I apologize and I will rectify it moving forward.
Hey, I'm here. I'm sticking up for Skylar.
That's right.
Now take your band, divide it by 3. That's what I got.
So
All right,
where
that's
have you
great.
been?
I love a 3-piece.
Why have we not seen you? Where have you been?
I've been busy, been
Mhm.
getting my band put together, trying my best to build this band.
Mhm.
I was in another band starting when I was 14. I was a
Mhm.
freshman in high school, and I went with that band for about 5-6 years.
Mhm.
We won Alice Cooper's Proof is in the Pudding contest in
Mhm.
2018.
Weren't you kind of like a Led Zeppelin type?
Yeah, so my qualm with that band is it was more of a cover band. It turned into a Led Zeppelin cover band, kind of against my will. And it's cool. I like Led Zeppelin. I don't really as much anymore. I'm a little scarred by that. But
Oh, that's one
So-
of my favorite bands.
it used to be one of mine too. But
I love
having to
Led
sing
Zeppelin.
Some
rock and
people
roll
have
every
different
single day
opinions
is...
than you.
No,
Yeah.
I have lots of respect for them. I just, every time I hear those songs now, I'm like transported back.
No, I
PTSD.
totally get it. I had to listen. I was on a ship, a Navy ship, and we had to listen. The only cassette we had was The Doors.
Oh, I love
And
the Doors though.
I love The Doors too, but
Yeah.
not for 10 days straight.
Yeah. Well, what
Because
album
They
was
drive
it?
people crazy.
Because
Yeah.
people are strange.
People are strange.
That's
Was
right.
it a specific album or?
It was Riders in the Storm.
Oh, okay,
that
so it was
one.
the last one.
Yeah, it was the last one,
Okay.
and it was.
Ironically, have you seen my
It's a
door
lot.
shirt? The back says "People
Yeah,
are strange."
and I love The Doors. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I'm just saying, you have to perform it a lot, listen to it a lot. It absolutely changes the song.
And now we know when Martin went crazy.
Yeah.
Now performing.
We can
cover
put a pin
song-
on it.
That was one of the times for sure.
No, if you like a song, don't cover it.
How about
Yeah.
this? Can we
Ruin
start
it.
off with a song so people can hear
Yeah.
what you actually sound like, and then we can continue on with this
Yeah.
interview?
Now, for reference, so that band that I was in, we didn't do a lot of original stuff, which is what I care about the
Mhm.
most.
I care about the
So,
originals too.
When I separated from that band, this new one that I started, Summer and the Rain, on
nice.
Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever else you get your music at.
Summer and the Rain.
Summer
I
and
like
the
it.
Rain. I always have to really enunciate the and, because Summer in the Rain could be cool too, but it's
Mm-hmm.
and.
It's
I like
good.
and.
But
Summer
this is
and
an
the Rain.
original based band. And they're super cool and respectful about like my music and taking it and making it, better and putting their own.
It's your band.
Yeah, it is, and it's all very democratic. But having to learn how to be a leader has been a big part of it because I didn't get to be that in the
Right.
last band. I didn't even have the option.
Well, with your songwriting skills, it makes sense for you to kind of have like the
Lead.
creative control over it and like
Yeah.
take the direction with it.
And I don't want to feel like a dictator, but I'm a very like low key person, and I don't like being in control. But you need somebody to be in
Mhm.
control.
Somebody
like
has
it's
to be.
necessary. That's gonna all fall apart. So, having
So
to
you have
learn how
a
to do
drummer
that.
and a bass player, and then you play guitar and sing.
That would be great, but no. So we have a drummer
Okay.
and we have a keyboardist.
Oh, nice.
Our drummer is my boyfriend, Josh Jones.
Okay.
He's been on the
Lovely,
show
lovely
several
fellow.
times, many
All right.
times.
Love him, very talented musician.
We love
He
him
was
too.
our bassist originally.
Okay.
But he's a drummer primarily. But he
Sure.
was playing bass because we needed him to, and he's talented and can do that. So he played bass, and then
Well,
our
there's
drummer.
an argument that the bass is part of the percussion.
Yes, it
So,
goes hand in
yeah,
hand.
yeah.
Yeah. So he did that, and then our drummer quit, so now he's back on drums.
Okay.
And so we just have our keyboardist
Drummers,
also.
man. That's
yeah.
why we have two.
Okay, wait. Can
Yeah.
we delve into the drummer drama a little bit? What or not?
Oh,
Do you
drummers
wanna
are
stay out of
No,
it?
it's
no,
tough. It is
no.
tough
It's-
to
yeah.
find. It's
Wait,
tough
okay,
to
Okay, that's
find
fun.
drummers.
It's fun to hear the juice about why somebody quits
No,
a band.
I'm
What are you
taking the
talking
lead
about?
here.
No,
I don't want to
no.
hear. I don't want to diss somebody that was
No.
on the.
It's not
No,
dissing.
no.
I'm just asking about why.
No
it
drama.
happened.
No drama.
No drama,
at
no
all.
drama.
It's and
In fact, I want to hear the good things, not the stress.
Fantastic drummer, amazing person. Just he was moving on and doing other stuff, like he was going to school to become a teacher and had to move on and do something. So totally fine.
Yeah.
So now we have a drummer and a keyboardist, and our keyboardist has 2 keys, little stack situation.
Love
He
it.
plays bass on top,
Oh,
and then
okay.
the keys on the bottom.
Nice.
So it's not ideal. We're working on getting a new bassist. We're working with some people right now, but it works for live shows because we had stuff booked. So it was like, well, we just got to figure it out. Like,
Right.
and
Absolutely.
we're lucky that he was able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we haven't had a guitarist for about a year, which means that I've been the guitarist,
Uh-huh.
which is fine. I like playing guitar. I don't love playing guitar. I'm okay at it.
Mm-hmm.
But you've seen me.
You're great.
I thrive on performing,
Okay.
She does. She
and I'm
loves to
learning how to
dance.
perform with the guitar. And
Mhm.
I can. It's
She's
just
an
I can't
entertainer.
do
It's
not
everything I used to be
easy.
able to do.
It is not
Yeah.
easy to
She's
sing
a
and
rock
play
star.
guitar.
She's an entertainer. I mean, you're dancing all over the place.
I wish I could.
Have you gotten to
still.
see her live performance?
Oh yeah, I've seen her on stage. Your stage presence is crazy. But
Yeah.
why did you say you wish you still could?
Because I mean, with the guitar, I can perform with it, but
Oh, you don't
I'm
have that same
limited.
range of motion. Yeah.
I used to, I had a wireless mic and I'd go out and get people's faces and climb up trees and
Yeah.
all that,
No,
like,
no,
no
yeah.
joke.
She'd be rolling around on the
yeah,
stage.
like
and-
I did climb
yeah.
a tree at a show, or if there was stairs, I'd go upstairs and sing down to everybody, and I can't do that right now,
But you will soon.
Yes, once we find a
Yes.
guitarist, and
You'll show up at one of his bands and pilfer one of his.
yeah, that I can do. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
you'll
some
take
other
one-
shows that I do where I fill in
You'll
for
steal one of
people
his
and I can-
guitars.
We're all older. We like to play early sets.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, in this city in Phoenix, it is very difficult because a lot of venues want you to play from
Covers.
and 9 to
And
midnight.
4 hours.
Late.
That's a tough.
They do late
Yes.
shows, and this city is not a late night city.
Mhm.
I mean, you do like DJ sets, so you're probably doing it in the places that people do stay out.
Yeah.
But restaurants and places that have live music, you can't get people to stay that late.
Right.
Mhm.
People check out at like 10:30, like I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when they're booking you from 9 to midnight, it's hard to keep people there. Even if there's people who want to come see you, they're like, I can't stay out that late.
Right.
So we've been dealing with that a lot, where people want us to play these late shows, and the staff at the restaurant starts mopping the floors and picking up tables at 10:30. I'm like, why are we still playing for an hour and a half after this? Like,
Mhm.
That doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't
yeah.
make any sense, no. But that's just how it is. I mean, and this
Yeah.
is not really a late night city. Like, I mean, you can find people in and out till 2 a.m., but not at a restaurant.
Yeah, there's only certain places, and there's certainly not a lot of places locally, at least, that have that opportunity for singer-songwriters or original music.
Yeah.
Cover bands, yeah, you can find.
Okay.
DJs, that's obviously the younger band, the younger type hype. There's probably a couple of bars maybe in Tempe that have a later night.
Yeah.
Well, one venue
but
we've
there's
talked
probably-
to in the past was the Rhythm Room.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, they're
Yeah.
totally late now.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
stay open pretty late, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
And
they
some
draw-
places
they-
are open late, they just can't pull people late.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so what are some songs?
Well, no, this is a
That
good
you've
thing to
been
talk
writing.
about. We need to start getting
Yeah.
more people to the live music venues
Yeah.
later. That's a good
But-
topic to
Well, I
talk
think
about.
But she
It's-
was talking about
it's-
restaurants, and to me, restaurants
No,
people
the
don't
Rhythm
really
Room is
go
not a
and
restaurant.
stay
No.
and stay till midnight.
Well, that's just an
at a
example.
restaurant.
But yeah, that is true. I mean, they're restaurant bar type places.
Mhm.
But I mean, yeah,
But like
for certain
hotels-
places, yeah. I
Hotels,
mean,
people stay out
Well,
late
I
listening
can
to
tell you,
music.
like from
I've
Jump's
been there.
perspective, we've made the most money on
Mm.
putting together our own shows, similar to what Chet's doing, which we'll be talking about here on the show here very
Yes.
soon.
Mhm.
But that's really how our band got started. Is we have a pretty good friend group size, especially with 9 people in the band,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And so it was easy to get 50 to 100 people together, once a month, once every other month. That we haven't been doing that lately, just because COVID.
yeah.
Still haven't caught up from COVID yet, but everyone's busy. Everybody has families and things like that. But yeah, I think in this town you kind of have to take control of your own destiny
Oh, yeah.
musically and start to throw your own shows, which I think is just
Oh, yeah.
a brilliant way to go.
Well, and we started I started when I was really young. I'm only 21 now, but I started when I was around 14.
Mhm.
And the bands that I knew when I was younger, especially for putting shows together with other bands, because, it's hard for a 4-piece to 3-piece, 4-piece, 5-piece. It's hard for us to draw people, and, we're building our
Mhm.
following and whatnot. But, you got to call upon other bands and, get everybody together. And once COVID hit and I started this new band and we started doing shows and other venues were asking us like, hey, can you ask some bands to come play with you? We're like, who do we know?
Right.
'Cause
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
it's
anybody.
networking into those bands, because you're right, because it's much more powerful to go into a venue with 2 or 3
Yeah.
bands than
Yeah.
just yourself.
And we're
It's-
lucky right now. We've built a really strong community of other musicians that we know now. And like now, I'm an adult now, so we're hanging out with adult bands and stuff. And like Daphne and the Glitches, Metropolis Man, to name a few. Like we have a cool
Great band names.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're really, really amazing bands. Would recommend checking them out. But we've built a community with them, and through them, other people have reached out to us, and we're finally at this point where we have a rapport with other people, and that's like so necessary. Because once other people know about you, then they'll be like, "Hey, we're doing a show. Can you come join us?" Then we meet whoever they're playing with, and
Have
it's
you
a
played
whole
at the Rhythm Room
process.
yet?
I have once. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rhythm Room's fun. We
Because
played
they
there
have some
once. That's
regulars.
fun.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a fun place
Rhythm
to
room
play.
is fun. Yeah.
They have like the Sugar Thieves, and they
The
play
Sugar
there?
Thieves there, I believe,
Mhm.
play once a month there. I don't know if they have anybody
You
open.
guys should get like a
They're
monthly gig there.
super nice people.
I've talked to
Would
them.
love to introduce you to
Yeah.
them.
You know
There
what?
is something
They're
super
coolest.
fun about curating a lineup
Mhm.
and like trying to put a list of artists together that you think is going to draw a crowd.
Mhm.
There is something really
Yeah.
fun about that, like trying to find
Mhm.
bands that your sound maybe works well with. Like
Yeah.
I try to find other DJs that my sound works well with.
Yeah.
So
I've been talking to the owner, Bob Cortor. He's been on the show like at least a dozen times. I thought you were on one of the shows with him, one of the shows, but that was a long time ago if
Yeah,
you
maybe.
were. But let's get you guys on together on the same show.
Sure.
And we
That
can
would
put them
be
on
a
the
good
spot
idea.
and
Yeah.
say, hey, let's get her on
Absolutely.
Yeah.
a monthly schedule there.
Definitely.
So I really want to hear a song.
Okay.
I was just
I
about to say
really
the
want to
same
hear a
thing.
song.
All right,
So-
while you're getting your guitar, Chet, tell us a little bit about this event you've got coming up.
Yes.
well, yeah, I'm just throwing a show where I'm curating the lineup and everything. It's at Dark Star on Mill Avenue in Tempe on March 30th.
March 30th. What
yeah.
time does it start?
It's from 9 to 2 a.m. It's like in that strip of clubs though that's like their
Yeah.
sweet spot of time.
Right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but that's the thing that's tough is I don't know how many of those spots do live music. Some of them do, so you could
Yeah.
potentially look into it. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of them are DJ
yeah.
based, which is totally understandable. Like,
One thing that a few things about my show that I'm doing differently. I'm donating 5% of all the ticket sales to charity to Ryan House, who we've actually had on the
Yes.
show before.
And what an amazing cause that is.
yeah,
It
that's
is.
they're
really
Say, would
awesome.
you go into detail about what that causes? 'Cause I am not aware of it.
They work with terminally ill children like that are battling really terrible diseases, and they will. It's kind of almost like a staycation for them. They get to like stay there, and the nurses take
It's like a
care
little
of them.
Disneyland.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
and there's a lot of fun stuff for them to do, and it's really giving the family a break because a lot of the families that have terminally ill children, they have other kids too
Yeah.
that are basically getting zero attention.
So like if
So it's a really like what they're doing is amazing, and yeah,
if a family's going to take one kid to go see a college or something, and they really can't, bring the wheelchair and bring
yeah. There's a
everything,
lot of those kids
Mhm.
need like full time.
they drop
Yeah.
them
Can't
off at
travel.
Ryan House,
Yeah.
and then they get great, nurses
local?
and doctors.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's a
Yes.
great local charity to
And
help
they've been on
out.
the show
And, yeah,
many
we've had them
times.
on the show.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
So,
and they
uh,
have dreams of going national and
Yeah.
trying to offer this type of service all over the United States.
Mhm.
It's a great thing to support, Chad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
one thing that I'm
good
doing,
job.
and then another cool aspect of the show is that I'm giving all the artists on the lineup a sellout bonus if we sell the show out.
Mm.
Because usually, it's basically just the headliner and the promoter and maybe the venue get cuts of that. Like usually, all the support acts don't get cuts of that. So
Right.
I'm gonna pay everybody out bonuses if we sell the show out. So
I think that is so
what if
smart.
Summer plays like 2 songs?
it's an electronic music.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say.
in the future, I really do want to grow this into a full-on festival and
Mhm.
have a live music stage. So who knows? Maybe 2025, I make it that kind of stuff happen.
We'll open for
then
summer.
it could be awesome. But yeah, I actually really down the road I want to throw my own festivals. That's like where I want to take this down the road. And I would love to.
But between now and your show, you could have Summer do some lyrics on one of your songs.
Oh, I've been wanting to collaborate with her on a song. It's just been like kind of scheduling.
Yeah.
Both of us have had really busy schedules, but I think we're gonna make it happen at
Oh,
some
yeah.
point. But
Definitely.
yeah. But as far as throwing my own show, I would really love to throw a festival that has a live music stage at it, because I think that's one thing that a lot of these festivals are missing. Like, and it would just be.
Because how cool would
It's a
this be
lot of
if she
planning.
did lyrics on one of your songs?
Coachella's like one of the only ones that's like
Right.
really
Mhm.
multi-genre,
Mhm.
truly multi-genre. A lot of the other
What about
electronic
EDC?
EDC has like no live instrument
Yeah.
bands.
Oh, okay.
Grizz like will bring his saxophone, or
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
Dramatic will bring his keyboards. Like, but it's not. There's no stage where you can go see live music all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I think it would actually level up
Mhm.
some of those festivals.
And it's a lot of planning as well, because I mean, as musicians, you show up at a place and they're like, oh, here's a corner that we cleared out and an outlet
Right.
figured out,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
or other places like where the stage is above the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bartenders can't hear all night. And it's
Right.
like, well, who thought of putting the freaking stage on top of the bar? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, it sounds cool, but it doesn't actually work out. So having, if you like ask musicians what would be necessary for that, because as musicians we know, like, a lot of people get the idea of like, yeah, let's put live music in this place, and then they don't think any further than that.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing is
Yeah.
I would want to do it like the best stage possible, like
Yeah.
amazing sound,
Yeah.
great visuals, all the above. Because that's one thing I'm super lucky, or not, or I guess fortunate is the better word, that I'm working with Dark Star for this event because they're like one of the best venues in the state. They won the best new club in 2022.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's exciting.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like one of the best
Yay,
settings you could
cheers.
possibly listen to, like DJing and electronic music
Mhm.
in. The sound system is incredible.
Mhm.
The environment's great. So when I throw shows, I'm only gonna do it perfectly. So rest assured,
Respect.
once I get to the point where I have multiple stages and live music there, it'll be done properly.
So I have a question for Chet. So I know we are both fans of that band Cannons, and that's kind of electric music type music, but they have live guitarists playing when they're playing.
They're basically just a band. Their sound is just kind of like
Do you know
like
Cannons?
an electronic like indie pop
Mhm.
style. But
Mhm.
they're still a live band.
Yeah.
She does the vocals. They have a bass player, and then the other guy either plays the guitar or he has like a synth thing that he will play like either supporting bass line or something like that.
You have to listen to the
Percent.
Cannons. They're amazing.
Oh, well, speaking to listening to amazing live music.
Yes, here we go. Let's,
You
thank
have
you.
your guitar.
Here we
You're
go.
already beautiful guitar, by the way. What
Thank you.
kind is
It's
that?
a
Martin.
little Martin
It's
X
a Martin.
series.
Oh, yes.
The best name ever.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. This thing's been through a lot, but it's done me well.
Awesome.
But yeah.
My
so-
very first guitar was a Taylor. I mean,
Oh,
Martin. So.
Nice. I was gonna say you got a
Yeah.
Taylor now though.
Yeah. No, the Martin was how I learned.
I love a good Martin.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna play an original song. I haven't named this one. I've played this song on the show before a long time
Good.
ago, but
We
yeah,
wanna
I've
hear
been here
your-
in a long time. So
All
Let's
right,
do
so
that.
this is the no name song.
yeah, we call it Summer Song in the band, which is a cool name if that
Mhm.
wasn't my name. You know, like if that was just ambiguous, it would be cool, but it's my name,
All
so
right.
it's not as cool. Anyway, here we go. I know sympathy is love, and you know that you're the only one, and it's our time to set beneath the sun. In the dark we know is why
print and wrap that. Holy smokes. That
It's a
was
lot cooler with the band,
amazing.
but
No,
Oh, that was
actually,
pretty cool.
Thank you.
I think you're
thank
great
you.
solo.
Thank you so much.
Your voice.
Thank you. I love that song.
I do too. The words are so like perfect. Like you can relate
Mhm.
Thank you.
to the
Well,
time in
and
your life.
your voice, the gravitas of your voice. I don't know if you're familiar with the local group Black Carl. They haven't been around for a while, but Emma, who's their lead singer, very similar, different, but
Yeah.
similar. Just because she just has this powerful voice,
Yeah.
and you've got that
Thank you.
voice. Wow.
Appreciate
See,
it.
and the fact that you have originals like that means that you definitely will have the ability to draw probably like potentially arenas full of people.
Mhm.
But it's just a matter of you like getting your music in front of the right person that's going to be
Yeah.
the right connection. So it's a matter of you just promoting those originals,
Oh yeah.
whether that's on like Instagram or Facebook or
Yeah.
anywhere you can, wherever you can promote
Well,
your
it's,
releases.
and it's getting out there, and it's
Oh, yeah.
it's in
Well, but I have
other
a lot of
industries-
friends. I have a lot of friends that play because as far as the DJ gigs go, there's a lot of gigs that happen every night of the week,
Mhm.
but they're
Oh, yeah.
lower paid and they're not packed.
Right.
Yeah.
Then there's no draw for those.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I turn those down all the time
Mhm.
because I know my time is better spent in the studio writing the next hit. It's gonna get me on the radar of the next big person that's gonna book me.
Absolutely. It's better nowadays to hit try to hit 1 million people rather than trying to draw 100.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
hear
really
what you're saying
tough. It's
there.
really tough knowing which gigs to say no to because you're like, I need to spend more time in the studio.
Mhm.
But then again, for me, it's easier because I am a one-person team. I can produce the songs
Yeah.
all by myself. You have a bunch of people you have to collaborate with. So.
And not to promote another podcast on the podcast.
Oh no, you
Listen
can
to
call.
this
You
one
can
first.
shout
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
out.
But
Please do.
tomorrow, my band is going on to the Recording Artist podcast, where we are recording a song in 2 hours, and that is one that we might do. That is
That
one of
sounds
the 4.
super fun.
It is. We have 4 demos on their website currently. If you're watching this today, is this coming out today?
Tonight.
Tonight? Okay, well,
Tonight.
you still will have some time to vote if you want to. It's on the Recording Artist, I think.com. You can just look up the Recording Artist podcast. We have 4 demos on there you can listen to. That is one of them. And you get to vote on what song we're going to do tomorrow.
Ooh, wow.
So
Oh
we
my
have 2
gosh.
hours to record it.
Mhm.
And our setting up in the studio, we have 2 hours and then 2 hours to record. All of that's going to be live. You can join the chat and
Will Josh be
talk
there too?
directly to us. Oh yeah, Josh is playing drums.
Oh, that's great.
And bass too, actually, because he's
Right.
busy. But yeah, so we're doing that tomorrow, and it's gonna be really cool. And then the rest of the podcast or live show is him mixing the song later, like the next day or something.
Oh, nice.
That's so fun.
You can watch like the whole process of us recording one
And
of these songs.
the recording process is
Wildly
worth.
interesting.
It is wildly interesting.
Yeah.
We've done 2 albums, and both of them were wildly different.
Yeah.
I don't think too many albums kind of just in the way that you write the music
Yeah.
or you perform the music. It's different when you know that it's being recorded, and then
Yeah.
do you guys do a click track, or is it all just live?
We want to do more live recordings because it suits our style more.
Right.
At least for the rest of the band, not necessarily me. Vocals usually kind of come in and do later anyway.
Sure.
But to keep the energy, it would be nice. Where we're recording currently is it's a room about the size of a Happy Meal box.
Mhm.
So it's what it looks like too. It's got the angled ceiling, but it's a good friend of ours and a really talented engineer. And
So
we
it's at
make
a
it
house
work.
or is it at a
It's
studio?
in a condo, but
Okay.
it works out, and you can listen to Sundrop on Spotify, Apple Music, and let us know what you think about it.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's it's just fun recording songs,
That's so
and it
exciting.
depends on the space and the everything. But we'd love to do some live stuff, just we
Okay.
don't have the space for it
That
currently.
podcast you're going on tomorrow, that's so exciting. So is it kind of like an educational tool so people can see how you record the song and mix and master it?
That's
and
a
that
good
kind of
question.
stuff?
Maybe if I think it is what you want it to be. I
Yeah.
think a lot of it is kind of about like just learning about what each band's process is, and just kind of maybe seeing us fumble around for 2 hours. Who knows? But it's also about the personality of the band and getting to know everybody.
Getting to see the chemistry, yeah, that's really
yeah.
cool.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting for us because we are a 3-piece currently. We started as a 5-piece,
Right.
moved down to a 4-piece. Now we're a 3-piece.
But
So
you
we're
can
gonna
just be the
swapping
1 piece
around.
because you're so great by
Oh,
yourself.
I love the
Seriously.
band. I love the band. Josh Jones and Joel Domkus are fantastic.
Well, and it's so
musicians.
nice. I mean, I do like in this venue I usually perform solo.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun having people there with you. Same
Yeah.
thing for me with comedy. Doing comedy is so much more fun to me in a team than it is, doing stand up.
Oh yeah.
And so that's kind of really, as a solo performer, you could kind of it's stand up, which you can appreciate, is that you're the only one who's performing, is getting the emotions, is getting that feedback. So that's it's exciting that you got in. My band's been around since 2008, and we've been through many
7 years old.
Yeah, back in my day.
No, I remember the first time playing with a band. Because I had done solo stuff and I had sang with backing tracks and done little karaoke competitions and stuff. And the first time I played with the band, I was like, oh, that's it. Like that's what I want to do. It's so good. Like
What's that word when you just keep listening to that music? Mellifluous? Mellifluous?
I don't know this word.
Okay, well.
Think of pulling out the big words.
Well,
Yeah, that's right.
Cheryl
So
Cooper
we got about
uses
10 minutes left.
Cheryl Cooper uses that word all the time about music. Okay, I'll look it up.
Well, while
So
you're
I can
looking
find
up, are there any songs that you can do that would be easy for me to accompany you?
it. There you go.
Maybe. Yeah. How good are you about jamming? I mean, you're in a jazz band.
Yeah, I'm
so.
a
Actually,
pretty
yeah.
good jammer. You
Yeah.
just have to let
I've
me
got
know
one
what
that's
the.
pretty similar. Or
Okay.
It's pretty jazzy and simple.
All right, and
This
what?
is one of the hardest vocal songs that we have as a band. So
All right,
forgive
so
me
what
if
chords
I'm- Signing up.
do you know? Can you tell me which chords we're
C
going to do?
major
C major.
or C major 7.
Okay, the voice was mellifluous and smooth. It means a
I don't know what
pleasant
this is.
sound.
I think it's D. Is it D?
Mellifluous.
I think it's D in the divider or something like that.
I'll
I
just
didn't
try to
write these
follow.
chords.
He
Okay.
can follow. He
You
knows how to
play and
follow.
I'll
Yeah.
just start to follow.
Yeah.
But it
He
starts
knows
in
how.
C.
Yeah. When you hold me in your arms, I find it all to
Yeah,
shorten that one
amazing.
down.
All
a
right,
little
I have
bit, but-
3 things to say about that. One is I'm pretty sure you almost broke the glasses. 2, that is not an easy song, as you said.
That's
And
the one
3,
that doesn't
show
change
off.
as much. Well, that's one of the only songs that I have, or
No,
my
it was
original songs
beautiful.
move around a
Yeah,
lot.
I
That's
can
one of the
tell.
only ones that is generally the same thing throughout.
Well, I couldn't find the movement, so I figured, well, it's better for me to shut up and listen.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
And learn.
I
that's
thought
what
that
was
you
struggling
sounded
with.
very just so mellifluous.
Oh, thank you so much.
So pleasant, and just I just want to keep listening. I didn't want you to
thank
stop.
you.
Mhm.
That's
It's
another
beautiful.
one that is on the roster for tomorrow. So it
Oh,
might be that one,
wow.
might be the other one, and it might be 2 other ones. So
I love
Yeah, me
it.
too.
Yes.
The vocals in that are so powerful. Like
Thank
he was
you.
saying, like just
I didn't really
amazing.
warm up today, so I was
Cheers.
a little nervous
Summer, you're
about going
amazing.
into that one. It's
No, it was
hard.
amazing.
But yeah, that's it's a really fun song, and that's these are all songs that we do in Summer and the Rain. If you want to hear them live or hear when they come out, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Summer and the Rain. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music. We have an EP called Sundrop that we released earlier last year. We're working on another full-length album right now. Sundrop is only 4 songs, real quick listen, like 15 minutes, don't take too long. So
I
check
love
it
the
out.
name Sandra.
So how many originals do you have, and how long a set do you guys play?
We do up to about 3 hours.
Okay,
Currently.
all originals?
Not all originals.
Okay, okay.
Originals we
What
probably have
percentage would you
around
say?
per set. I would say about 25 to 50% of the set
That's
is
great.
originals.
Mhm.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we have quite a few. I would say probably around 20 at this point.
Nice. That's awesome.
But yeah, for covers, we do a lot of interesting cover songs.
No Led Zeppelin.
No Led Zeppelin.
Sorry.
But we
Only
do like
originals.
we do
I was
like
just-
Benny and the
Hopefully.
Jets. We do Lady
Oh,
Marmalade.
lovely.
We do some Beatles. We do like Oh Darling.
Mhm.
And we do Lady Madonna as well. Which whenever we play that and people actually know that song, they're like, "What? Why you're doing Lady Madonna? Like what?" We do
That's
like
not a-
Rio, Duran Duran.
Beatles
What about
are
Hertz? You
not
sound like you play
easy.
a good Barracuda.
I love Barracuda. We just don't have an electric guitarist,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, you guys are limited until you get the guitar and
I
the
love
bass
Barracuda.
thing.
Barracuda,
Oh, yeah.
you would make that range be so great.
I love singing that song.
Yeah.
That was my milestone. The song for a long time. I was like, once I can sing that song, then I'll feel like I've done what I need to do.
Mhm.
And then I was able to sing that song, and I was like, well, keep on trying to be better.
So what time is that podcast tomorrow when you're recording?
Tomorrow we're going to be recording it'll be starting around 5 because we're going to set up for around 2 hours, and during that, you can get to know us and watch us set up and just listen to us be silly for about 2 hours while we set up, and then 7 to 9 is when we're going to be recording. And then
How do we find it? Because I think you said you have to
let me find the exact
is it charge to listen to it or something.
Yes, you have to there's like a member charge, but you can do just like the cheap one and just watch it. It is on therecordingartist.com.
Therecordingartist.com.
Okay, good.
Nice.
So if you want
Yes.
to, that'd be fun to check
And
it
so
out.
what they do is obviously is this all they do is do videos like this, or do they have other ways to promote artists?
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
They just reached out to me and they said they'd love to record us, and I was like, sure, why not? Get a
All right,
first
well
one
we'll
out
have
of
to
it,
find
so
out.
great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you guys are doing that
Thank
opportunity.
you.
So what do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy writing songs more or performing?
Ooh,
I love
good
Ooh,
performing.
good question.
I mean, writing the songs it's more of a meditative act for me, and it's a personal thing. So that's something that I can perform at any time, but I can't write a song at any time. It has to be the specific,
Inspiration
moment
has to
and mood.
strike.
It does, and
Yeah.
so it's a whole different thing. But I mean, I live for performing. I'm a ham. I love being on stage. I love attention. So
Yeah, for me, it's like the same rush of when I find a really cool bass line. I'm like, oh, that's a song, or like a really cool vocal line. I'm like, that's a song. That rush is pretty similar to that feeling when you like step on stage.
yeah,
So yeah, I just wanted to get your take on that.
absolutely.
Well, this is kind of a silly question. So in the future, if you or Rachel or both of you had her do lyrics on a song or help with the lyrics and she sings, then if you're doing your DJing live, couldn't she be there with a mic singing some of those words, even though it's pre-recorded?
Yes, but it's depends on the who's running the show essentially, and if they're going to be willing to pay, because like I would only want to do that if they would also pay whoever's coming on stage with me.
Yeah.
And negotiating that. It's all about leverage, basically, how big of an artist you are. So once I'm really big, I can say, oh yeah, I'm bringing this person with me and you're going to pay them this much. And then they'll go, okay.
I'd pay somewhere
So,
to
yeah.
I'd pay somewhere to be.
It's all about leverage. But where I'm at right now, I still am on my way up. So I could potentially, like one of my next shows, ask about it. But I don't have a ton of leverage yet. It's something that happens as your following gets bigger. As your following gets bigger, you can ask for more stuff. And at a certain point, you can just say how it's going to go. You're like,
Well,
once you're a headliner,
we have been
that's how it
talking
works.
about doing something near Cinco de Mayo,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe having more than one band, having DJs. So I think we need to talk about this
At
more.
Chet's house.
At Chet's house.
At Chet's house.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're volunteering Chet and his house.
Oh, yeah. I heard about it. Heard about Chet's house.
So that would be
Yeah.
really cool.
More
to have Summer in the
details
Rain.
to come, but
Yes.
we're behind the scenes.
Yes.
I think it would be. I mean, I love live music. I love to go see live music.
Yeah, we could have
Um,
your band. We could have Chet. We could have
Well,
Rachel.
if
we
the
could have
neighbors
Summer.
are okay with a little bit of sound, it could be very, very cool to have the live music out in the yard, and then
Absolutely.
have
That's
and then
insane.
have a DJ set up in the basement.
Mhm.
So you could like basically be like, oh, I'm
Well,
going down to
during
the
the
rave.
day,
or
during
like-
the day, you do the live bands
Yes,
outside, and then
exactly.
at night you've got the DJs
Exactly.
and the
DJs
go to the
downstairs
band.
party, and
Yeah.
you're not
Yes.
bothering the neighbors. During the day, you're hoping they leave their windows open, enjoy some amazing
Yeah.
rock and roll.
Well, I don't know who it is, but one of my neighbors, I think they rent out as like an Airbnb. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I hear crazy fucking parties. And I've like asked some of the other neighbors, and they said it's a rental thing because
Gotcha.
like I can hear the music easily from like,
Okay.
inside
Alright.
my place sometimes.
That's
Really?
surprising because those are pretty big properties.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Chet, I don't know if you know this. Up until
And it's a
10
few
o'clock,
houses
you
away.
are allowed to have a live band outside in your
yeah, in your yard.
Of course you are. Yes.
Well, then I say we do it.
Yeah. All right. Mark the calendar.
And
Say.
I will.
How much more time do we
We have
have?
about
We
4
have-
minutes, maybe.
So 4 minutes.
Uh,
so
Wrap it up.
No, we've got about 8
many-
minutes before.
We have 15 minutes left total.
Yeah, total. So we're doing fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
so
We're
how long have
definitely
we
going
done?
more.
How
songs.
many minutes have we gone?
About 38.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Because we want to go to about 50.
Yeah.
No longer than 55, but like 53-ish.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't worry, we
Alright,
got it
alright.
taken care of.
Yeah.
We talked about this in the
All
beginning.
right.
Okay.
All
okay.
right.
So what's on your bucket list, and where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And can we get you to write a song about In the Green Room? I'll pay you to write a song about In the Green Room.
Let's see, where do I start with that? Up and up and up, and probably. Yeah, I mean, as far as I can take it, I mean, music is what I've always lived for and what I've always wanted to do. So, you know, and especially we're building a pretty core following of like young girls,
Mhm.
which is amazing because those are the people that actually will get you somewhere.
Now, you were explaining this
Yes.
to me at lunch. I don't really understand.
Okay, so I was in a classic rock band for about 5-6 years,
Mhm.
and no offense to any old men in this room, but
I guess none offense taken.
yeah, there's
talking about
that's the only. No, I was talking about Chet. That's
So,
the only
ancient.
demographic that music drew, and they
Right.
don't, and they're, you know, they'll listen to you and they'll be at the shows, but they're not gonna, you know, take you to where you need to be. Like the people that are
No,
determining
the
who's
young,
making
the young
it.
ladies
It's because
are.
they're
they're
young
into,
ladies.
is it because
you're
they're not into
absolutely
social
right.
media? Is that why?
in the social media, and they are willing to drop everything to go support you if they believe in what you're doing, and they
Oh,
you know, and
absolutely.
they like what you're doing. They will literally drop everything to be there and support you.
Well, they are real fans.
They
I
are.
mean,
They, that's what I mean. If you're talking about fans
Mhm.
of bands, it's the girls. It's the young girls. Like, simple as that. Like,
Mhm.
they are the ones who will actually be there and support you. And obviously, you know, I'm a young girl. I like that rapport. I feel more comfortable with that because
Of course.
as a 16-year-old girl playing in bars and getting hit on by
Old
50-year-olds.
guys, yeah, that's rough.
You're like-
Your
It's-
music
I've
is
been
That's
through it.
rough.
Your music has such a cinematic feel to it. Like I feel like it belongs in the movies. I feel like it's a matter of time before the right person in Hollywood hears you and discovers you and like wants to use your music like for discography, for track or for movies.
Yeah, I think you're right,
'cause
because I definitely got that feel that there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of emotion behind those two songs that you
Yeah.
played, and that's what they're looking for in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of
Is-
these songs that, like the two that I played, we're recording them for this album,
Mhm.
and I will not rest until there are strings and horns on those songs.
Oh.
Real ones, not MIDI ones.
Yes.
I will not rest, and I know it
It
will
makes-
happen.
So you're looking for somebody to play the
a
violin?
difference.
Yeah, strings.
Oh, the horns!
I definitely got
we had a
horns.
French horn player on the show about 3 weeks ago,
Yeah,
and she's about Chet's age. She's like 25, and
yeah.
she
French
plays
horn
with the
fits
Symphony.
in certain
Our-
spots, but
our
Would you
Well, I'm
want
about to say
her?
you're
Yeah.
probably looking
French
for about
horn
any
is-
other horn.
Yeah, French horn
You
is
don't want
kind of
French horn?
Beatlesy, but I
Yeah.
do love that. But
She's
it's
really
specific.
talented, and
Well,
she's
I'd be
super
happy
fun.
to introduce you to our horn player. He
Yeah.
plays
there you
sax. He is amazing.
Yeah.
He plays in 3 different bands,
Sweet.
plus holds down a full-time
Yeah.
job and has a beautiful wife.
Sax
I don't
is
know how he
amazing.
does
Yeah.
it, but he is
Sax is amazing.
one of the most. He's one of the 2 most talented people in our band. That's for sure.
Is trombone-
and I'm not in that list.
Is trombone brass or woodwind?
That's a brass.
That's brass.
Yeah.
Okay, so our keyboardist plays brass instruments. He plays
Okay.
a lot of brass
So
instruments.
sax is
he has
brass.
that. Yeah.
Is considered a brass, but
Yes.
it's a reeded instrument. But
Yeah.
if you're interested, I'd be happy to
Yes,
introduce you because
absolutely.
there's there's a couple of people I could probably introduce
Strings
you
are
to.
hard to find, but I will not rest.
Strings are
But-
hard to
so
find,
hold
but
on.
violin, fiddle. 'Cause
Yeah.
No
I've got
offense
a
or
couple
anything,
guys.
Oh,
like,
sweet.
because I think Summer earlier told me that
Too late, I'm
that they
offended.
want younger. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I
I'm
know you said
offended. It's
you
too
prefer
late.
to have younger musicians. That you didn't want anybody that was older.
I
How old
don't
is
even
this
say
guy?
that, but it is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but for
Well,
studio work, who
I wouldn't
cares?
take these
I mean,
guys touring with you. God no.
No, yeah, like no for studio.
I mean,
work,
it wouldn't be
No,
cool.
you need-
it wouldn't be cool. You're young.
you
want the
need
young-
absolutely
Professionals,
professional.
I mean,
Yeah, these
that's
guys
all that
are
matters.
amazing professionals.
Yeah,
so,
age
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I mean,
Yeah,
for
the
like
music
for the
is what
look of
matters.
the band, I mean, we're all 21, 22,
Mhm.
so it would be odd if we threw in like a 50-year-old person.
Yeah,
Because you know people
that's what
have
I'm
reached
saying.
out to us and been I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
She wants people around her age.
But
course.
for
It makes a
recording,
lot of sense.
as long as they're professional
Mhm.
and are good at what
She
they
wants
do,
hot guys and hot girls
I
in her
don't
band.
care.
No, that's what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, no. For recording's sake, it's just all that matters is they're professional, and that's.
Well, it's funny, that band that I was referring to earlier, the Cannons,
Mhm.
she's so gorgeous like you are, and young and beautiful, and she's sexy, and then she's got these band members that are
Amazing musician.
Amazing
Amazing.
musician.
Amazing.
Why don't you care about the right
Yeah,
things? You're so shallow.
Have you
Jesus.
met Kinga? She's all about the sex. Come on. Sorry, Chet.
No, I mean-
that was on
Shallow.
purpose to
You're
scar
the one that
Chet.
said
I'm
it to
sorry,
me.
Chet.
You
I
said
didn't.
she's obviously a genuine person because she's kept her band members.
Oh no, I said the fact she hasn't become a solo project because their music is totally dependent on the vocals.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
she literally, if she wanted to, she could take more money if she did a solo project,
Yeah.
1000%. So I was saying it shows that she's a good person that she hasn't done that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've had several people be like, "Why don't you just go solo?" And which going solo at this level is such a joke. Like, be like, "I'm gonna go solo."
Mhm.
I basically already do solo stuff anyway, but it's
Yeah, you do
it's so
solo
much
sometimes.
more fun having a
Having a
band and
band.
having because I mean that my songs that I
Mhm.
write, they're fine on their own, but when I get together with everybody, they can put their input into it, and we can make sure find out how to make it great. Like, it's just my opinion alone is not enough. I don't think that my opinion is that great. Like, I want to know what other people think, and I want to know what their ideas are. And they've got, both of them kind of have more theory knowledge than I do, because like even I can't even tell you what chords I was playing. Like, I do not have a lot of theory knowledge. I just have the ear, I guess, for it.
And you need both. You need
I need someone
both
to translate
types.
my thoughts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I believe music is a language that's communicated with a
Mhm.
group. Nothing against singer-songwriters. I
Mhm.
think they're amazing, and
Yeah.
I will go see them. But I think it is different in a band. And
Yeah.
and there's no reason to put yourself in a box and just limit yourself to one thing.
Yeah.
You can be a solo artist and be in a band.
You can do both.
I
And
do.
be something
And
else.
she does, yeah, she
right?
does.
She's
here today by
People like to
herself.
put things in a
It's
box,
true.
but it's not necessary.
I'm the only
But the
one without a
next
job.
time we could actually go to a studio that can accommodate multiple your band members.
Well, that's definitely something that
Yes.
we've been talking about. So we can
so we can interview guys,
we
all of
obviously
you.
love musicians here, and
We do.
Fitting a band in this room would be rough.
Yeah, we can't fit
Yeah.
drums in
Yeah.
Oh,
here.
no.
So,
we'd like to. I would love to see.
Well, and
more of
talking
that.
into existence because you're working on an album right now.
Yes.
Once the album comes out, hopefully you do a release party at a
go.
really cool venue.
mhm.
What are some of the other bands you think you would curate to be on the lineup to
Oh,
open up for
nice.
you?
Yeah,
Nice
I mean,
question.
Junk could be there.
We'll be
There you go.
Yeah, there's been a couple bands that have been really good to us. Like I said earlier, Daphne and the Glitches.
and Jan's back
Jan
playing.
Now is a good friend of ours. Definitely
Jam Now, he's a
Bitches.
friend of the show.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he is.
Yeah, going to Jam Now band practice
Mhm.
later. Actually,
Oh,
I
nice.
do
back
backup
with Jam
vocals
again.
because my boyfriend plays drums for him as well, kind of as a hired musician, and
That's
I
the
sing
joke.
backup
Drummers,
vocals. I'm already there.
drummers play in 4 bands, bass players play in 1 band, and you can find a dozen lead guitarists, right?
Yeah. Well, we've been
Well,
looking for
yeah.
guitarists for a year.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a matter of finding the right person because we're kind of, you heard our music. It's
Mhm.
more indie. We kind of are trying to do more of a funk type thing
Mhm.
with the full band, and finding guitarists that aren't just shred gods
Right.
and learn all their
You
stuff.
would love
off of-
Handsome Ron, but
Yeah, I know,
he's
and then
he's my age.
They're
so.
already in bands
Conrad.
though. But Conrad,
I think you should
Conrad's
go to
already
Conrad.
busy.
Well,
I already
again,
talked to Conrad.
Conrad is
Yeah.
so
Conrad
good.
is busy.
Oh, is he
Oh.
too busy?
Yes, he is.
Who's he working with?
He's working with several people.
Oh, okay, is
I've
he?
already tried.
Yeah.
'Cause he
No,
won.
you're right. That's a good point.
You don't know
And
this.
I'm not-
but
I'm not-
Conrad won Alice Cooper's
Same year
Solid
as
Rock,
us.
and he
Mhm.
shreds.
Same year as us.
He shreds. He's
Well, that's
so
what.
good. Oh,
But
was it same
however,
year?
to
Yeah.
find a
He's so
guitarist
good.
like that
He's so
doesn't
good.
always shred, because we've
Yes.
had many
Shredding's great.
guitarists come through the band since 2008, and Handsome Ron, he listens to the band and he responds, and when we need
Right.
shredding, he shreds, and when we don't need shredding, he
Yeah.
doesn't shred.
That's
And
hard to find.
That is
Taste.
very hard to find.
Mhm.
Tastefulness. is
Right.
really
Well,
hard.
and someone who listens, right? So your band, and I can hear it specifically, especially with your voice, has to move and flow with your voice. They are the support that
Yeah.
holds your voice even higher than it is by itself.
And
Well,
we're
I'm
an
gonna
organ
say,
heavy band as well.
when
so
you were in
electric
that Led
guitar and
Zeppelin-
organ together need to ebb and flow because
Absolutely.
you can't have both going full force
Right.
at the same time.
Right.
That's what
You
we
haven't heard her
want.
play with the band, and the Led Zeppelin band, I didn't think would let you shine because I felt like the music was way too loud.
Yeah, we already went over
loud.
that, yeah.
No, but that's exactly what he's
Right.
saying.
Yeah,
Well, and that's
no,
because
this-
Led
yeah.
Zeppelin's not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily about the music and the vocals. It's about the Jimmy Page, right? Like the guitarist is like
But you
he's
couldn't
the
hear, you could
vocal,
barely hear you singing. It was the
which is probably
the
why she has
guitar
her
and
own band
everything
now.
was
Yeah,
too
they didn't,
loud.
they didn't want to hear me sing.
it was too loud. It was too
To
loud.
be
You could barely hear
real,
you.
but no, I mean, yeah, and finding people that
Mhm.
are respectful to you as a female,
Mhm.
as a woman.
Absolutely, that's got to be a tough.
It
Got,
is.
especially as a young woman.
Yes.
I know I have a 24-year-old daughter. She's in the arts. She's a dancer, and
Yeah.
same thing. I mean, it is tough, and I'm a 50-something-year-old man, and I know that my people my age, woo, yuck, right?
Yeah. even people my age at that time, it's just it was hard to get respect.
Yeah.
And
But you're getting it now.
yeah, and even now when I show up places, I showed up we did a show at Rebel Lounge, and
Mhm.
I showed up and I'm playing my acoustic guitar, but I've got the band, and I'm wearing like a cutesy little outfit and whatever, and high heels, and after we played, some of the members of another band came up to me and they're like, I don't want to sound like a dick, but when you showed up, I was like preparing myself, like, all right, here we go, like,
Mhm.
young girl acoustic
Yep.
guitar, and he's like, but you completely like blew my mind, like it was completely different than anything I expected, and it's cool now to
How
be
beautiful
gaining
for them
respect.
to say that.
Yeah,
though,
no, and I was like,
because-
I'm not mad about you saying that at all, because I would think,
Mhm.
I honestly would think the same thing if I saw myself walk into a room. I'd be like, all right, here we go. But I'm glad that I can, exceed that first impression.
Well, you're smart. You're down to earth. You're humble, and you're hardworking. And you just
Well, a
you know your
reminder-
music.
Yep.
You're writing the lyrics. You're creating the music, and that's
Mhm.
what it's about. And you won that competition, and
Yeah.
you won it for a reason.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yes.
another reminder to not judge a book by its cover.
That's
Yes.
right.
And so we
Yeah,
need to
especially
end
a
on
musician,
song.
you need to wait till you hear their
Another
music
song?
because the
Yes.
music
Yes,
you make
we
is
want another song.
amazing. So
Now, do you want to play your own? Do you want to collaborate on something? It's
Let's
completely
let
up to
her
I
you.
was
play
gonna
this
say, because
one,
we
huh?
only
Okay.
have about a couple minutes, right?
Okay,
I'll do
yeah.
a short one.
Yeah.
All right, do it.
All right,
There we go.
let's see. These days are strange, that's if you let them. I've been away, and people who didn't notice the change and never your tears away. Fires stripped away
Nice.
I had to go to the bathroom so bad, but I waited for the song. I was like, all right, don't piss my pants. All right, I'll be
Very
right back.
good.
Oh, Summer, thank you so
No,
much.
thank
That
you.
was
Yeah.
Thank you so
How
much.
many minutes did you have?
And
Thank you.
Wow.
About
your
55?
the
Perfect.
fingering technique,
Thank you.
the chords that you're choosing.
Thank you.